Malaga, the capital of the Costa del Sol and one of the oldest cities in Europe. The sun shines here for most of the year, and the water attracts with its turquoise hue, making it an ideal place to escape winter, but also a popular holiday destination. This video will take you to Malaga. We will climb the best vantage point in the city, stroll through the charming streets of the historic center and along the seafront, meet Malaga's most famous resident, relax on the beach, and feel the holiday atmosphere. Enjoy your visit to Malaga. Malaga is called the gateway to Andalusia. This is because the most popular airport in this part of Spain is located here, which is why you can set off from Malaga to explore Andalusia or relax on one of the beaches on the Costa del Sol. The city on its own offers quite a few attractions as well, and the good weather ensures that it is worth coming here at any time of the year. Maladive history is almost 3,000 years old and dates back to Phoenician times. It's successively passed from hand to hand, which is reflected in its architecture. Three of the most important traces of ancient civilizations have been preserved here: the ruins of the Roman theater and the Alcazaba fortress and Gibralfaro Castle, which date back to Arab rule. We will start our Malaga tour at the best vantage point in the city. From the very beginning, Gibralfaro Castle was an excellent strategic point. It allowed observation of the approaching enemy from a great distance. Indeed, Gibralfaro Castle is located on top of a hill and was built in the 14th century. Due to its strategic location, it not only served a defensive function, but also was used as a lighthouse to show the way to sailors. The castle was also a royal residence for a time, but primarily served a military function. For many years, it protected the Alcazaba palace below. Climbing the hill is quite steep and tiring, especially on warm days. However, on the way up to the castle, there is a viewpoint where you can rest. There are great views. Visitors can see, among others, the seaside coastline and the circular building of the Plaza de Toros de la Malagueta, or the popular bull ring arena. To enter the castle grounds, you need to buy an entrance ticket. It is worth choosing a combined ticket, which also entitles you to visit the Alcazaba fortress. At the castle, you can stroll along the narrow walls and admire the panorama of the city. Towers and courtyards are also open to the public. However, the largest area is occupied by the park, as most of the buildings here were blown up by Napoleonic troops in the early 19th century. There are also exhibitions on the castle grounds that provide a glimpse into its history. The Alcazaba is a palace fortification that is a reminder of Moorish rule in the Iberian Peninsula. It was built on the hill of Gibralfaro, so it was a fortress extremely difficult to conquer. Its construction began in the 8th century, shortly after the Moors conquered the area. In the centuries that followed, the Alcazaba was rebuilt. It was even connected by walls to Gibralfaro Castle. The Alcazaba initially was used as a residence for the Moors, and later for the Catholic monarchs. wars and natural disasters changed the building's function and caused it to deteriorate. Today, the Alcazaba impresses with its defensive walls, courtyards, fountains, and gardens full of palm and orange trees. One of the Alcazaba's main attractions is the incredible views of the city and harbor that extend from its walls. At the foot of hill on which the Alcazaba fortress is built are the ruins of a Roman theatre. It was erected around the 1st century during the reign of Octavian Augustus and was used for another 2 or 3 centuries. The building endured to our time in rather poor condition, as the Moors turned it into a quarry, which was used as material for the construction of Alcazaba. Its ruins were not discovered until 1951. Today it hosts summer concerts and cultural events. Visitors can also tour the theater, and it is free to enter. To go west of this theater is a free vantage point from which you can see the ruins and the buildings of Malaga. Near the Roman Theatre is one of the most important museums in Andalusia. The Malaga Museum is arranged in the neoclassical building Palacio de la Aduana, which in the past was, among others, a maritime customs office, as well as a snuff factory. This museum is the result of merging the Museum of Fine Arts and the Archaeological Museum, so it houses exhibitions including archaeological finds, paintings, antiques, sculptures, and ceramics. For residents of the European Union, a visit to the museum is free. Others must pay a nominal fee. If you enjoy our videos, leave a thumbs up and subscribe. It will help us grow this channel. Strolling through the atmospheric streets, you will certainly come across the impressive cathedral. It is called La Manquita, meaning the one-armed lady. This is because the cathedral has only one tower. The other was not destroyed in wars or earthquakes. The original design called for the construction of 2 towers, but lack of funds prevented its expansion. The cathedral was built on the site of Malaga's main mosque, but today the building has no Islamic architectural elements. The only preserved elements reminiscent of Moorish times are the cathedral's gardens. The cathedral took more than 200 years to build, so you can see the influence of many styles in its architecture. To see the interior of this cathedral, you need to buy an entrance ticket. The tour is conducted with an audio guide. It was also possible to climb to the roof of the cathedral with a guide. While walking around the old town, you should also take a look at the Plaza de la Merced. Since around the 15th century, a city market functioned here. Today, it is one of the largest squares in all of Malaga and is best known for Pablo Picasso. Malaga's most famous resident was painter Pablo Picasso, who gained fame as a precursor to Cubism. He lived in Malaga for the first years of his life, so you will find many places in this city that are associated with his work and life. It was in Malaga that the young Picasso began taking drawing lessons from his father. Although the family left soon after and the painter settled in Paris, he was still emotionally attached to Malaga. He used to say eventually, to become a Cubist, one must be born in Malaga. He was thus referring to the harsh sun and chiaroscuro, as well as the geometry of Andalusian architecture. Later in life, he dreamed of having his works exhibited in his hometown. That is why the house where he was born today includes the Picasso House Museum. Here you can see documents related to his life, as well as prints and ceramics he made, and a room that recalls Picasso's time. The artist is commemorated by a sculpture that can be found on one of the benches standing in the square. Malaga is also home to the Picasso Museum, where you can admire nearly 300 works that the facility received from the artist's family. Also collected here are paintings made by other painters that are inspired by Picasso's work. The exhibition held here allows you to trace the successive stages of Picasso's work. These are definitely lesser-known works of the painter, so this is more of a place for lovers of the work of this famous Cubist. There is no shortage of those eager to see the collection, which is why it is worth buying a ticket in advance online. Entry to the museum is free of charge every Sunday after 4 o'clock. In the center of Malaga, you will also find many other museums. Among them is the CAC Malaga Contemporary Art Center, which covers art from the last 3 decades, showcasing works by both established and emerging artists. It is a free museum that is based in a renovated former wholesale building. The CAC Malaga Museum is located in the Soho neighborhood, which is often referred to as the Art District. Here you can see colorful murals, handicraft stores, art galleries, restaurants serving food from the world, and trendy bars. Mercado Central de Atarazanas is one of the oldest markets in Malaga, having been in existence for more than 140 years. The building as such dates back to the 14th century and originally served as a shipyard. Indeed, in the past it stood right on the seafront. In later years it turned into a monastery, barracks or hospital, eventually becoming the city's food market. Today you can buy fresh fruits, vegetables, meat, fish, and many other food products here. The market also offers prepared foods and snacks, such as tapas, chorizo, paella, and many other Spanish delicacies. The place is worth a visit not only because of the rich selection of products, but also because of the architecture of building. It is especially impressive because of the huge, colorful mosaic that depicts old Malaga. Crossing the center of Malaga, the Marqués de Larios promenade is a famous shopping street, considered one of the most expensive in the entire country. Its designers modeled it after American Chicago, which is reflected in the rounded corners of the buildings. There are many brand name stores and boutiques here, and all parades or city events are usually held here. On the occasion of Christmas, an illuminated structure is built over it. Along the representative avenue of the Paseo del Parque stretches a park with exotic plants, such as palm trees, dragon dracaenas, and bamboos. In the shade of tall palms, benches have been set up where you can sit and take a break from the hustle and bustle of the city. In addition, in the park you will find charming alleys with fountains and sculptures and rich vegetation. It is a perfect place to relax. Palmeral de las Sorpresas is a promenade that has been laid out along the waterfront. Pleasant shade is cast by modern pergolas suspended above it. The place is popular with local artists and musicians. It also attracts food lovers and summer enthusiasts, as there are numerous pubs and restaurants overlooking the harbor. Walking along the promenade, it is hard not to notice the colorful glass cube. This is the entrance to the Paris branch of the Pompidou Center. There is also a lighthouse nearby. The promenade leads toward the famous Playa La Malagueta Beach. Playa de la Malagueta is the most famous beach in Malaga, which is located in the center of the city. It is about 1,200 meters long, but the sand stretches for kilometers, creating more beaches. There is no shortage of beachgoers here at any time of the year. No wonder, because the weather in Malaga is really conducive. The most distinctive feature of Malagueta Beach is the huge sign with the name of the beach. The beach is sandy with a gentle descent into the sea, making it ideal for families with children. However, the sand here is not as soft as we know from the Baltic Sea. We personally liked much better El Palo Beach, which is located about 6 kilometers from the city center. The sand here is soft, as well as the beach is less crowded. Here you can see charming little houses and numerous pubs, so-called chiringuitos, which attract the ubiquitous smell of small sardines grilled over a fire. Indeed, espetas de sardinas is a very popular dish in Mawada. The hearths are arranged very often in traditional fishing boats. There are also other beaches in the Malaga area. Popular resorts are located in Torremolinos and Benalmádena, among others. In Benalmádena, you can additionally see the stunning Colomares Castle, which is not really a castle. It was built in the late 20th century by a physician from the United States who decided to celebrate the life and discoveries of Christopher Columbus. This monument is a mixture of 4 styles: Byzantine, Romanesque, Gothic, and Mudejar. The most popular hike that can be arranged from Malaga is the Caminito del Rey, known as the Path of the King. This is an almost 8-kilometer trail hanging over an impressive gorge, the walls of which reach more than 100 meters in height. The path was once considered one of the most dangerous in the world. Today, the route is restored and protected to attract many tourists eager for beautiful views. The area around the King's Path can be reached from Malaga by car, train, or by buying an organized tour. There are also special buses to the beginning of your route. Malaga is a good starting point, and you can also go to other places from here, including Ronda, Nerja, Marbella, and Granada. However, we will talk about them in a separate video, which will be dedicated to the most beautiful places in Andalusia. We hope that with this video you will plan a successful stay in Malaga. We also encourage you to subscribe to the Experience Countries channel to stay updated with our upcoming videos.